What's up, nail geeks? Today I have Emily DeMolly's March releases to share with you guys today. This is another wonderful mix of shades and finishes. This collection absolutely blew me away. So I'm always saying on these videos for Emily DeMolly that every month these collections are my favorite, but this one really just stole my heart. There are some absolute stunners in this collection, you guys. I cannot stress that enough. So without further ado, let's get started on them. First up, we have another icon. Official description is a purple base filled with silver holographic micro glitters and orange, gold to green iridescent flakes. Price for the US site will be 10 and in the Australian shop 12. So the formula on this one feels a little bit on the jelly side, but it applies super smooth and very opaque on the nail. I usually classify purple lovers as their own category, and I think purple lovers will be blown away by this one. I personally was as well. So the base color is a lush, grapey type purple, super flattering. It's got a bit of a cool tone to it, and it is loaded with iridescent flakes. They come in all types of colors. What you are seeing here on this video is exactly what I was seeing in real life. It is crazy sparkly. It's so just in your face. So the flakes are not hidden by that base, and they come up in, like I said, all types of colors. I had no problems with them whatsoever. Just like the video, they laid down nice and flat for me. No problems with them whatsoever. This polish was insane for me. Now, after top coating, I just went in like I normally do. I didn't need to go a little heavy or anything. And just applying it regular, I had no texture with it whatsoever. So no surface texture. I mean, it was smooth sailing. And like I said, this is crazy sparkly. Next, we have draft copy. Official description is a steel blue base with pink to gold to green to blue aurora shimmer and silver holographic micro glitters. Price on the US site will be 12 and in the Australian site 14. So this one has a really interesting finish to me. If you've been following the brand and you're going crazy for her foils and those really shifty aurora shimmers that she's been coming out with lately, this one's going to be up your alley as well. This is one of my top picks in this set. The base color is, I definitely agree, it's a steel blue. It's almost like a light denim almost. Well, now on my monitor here, I'm seeing color accuracy, so I'm hoping this comes off to you guys as well as I'm seeing it here. I think this is color accurate in my opinion. Now this is another one that's super sparkly, and that shimmer is crazy in person. I saw it in all colors that were listed, so the pinks, the golds, the greens, the blues, and on extreme angles it really lights up with that green. It's very pretty, and there is just nothing shy about this one. So after top coating with this one as well, I had no texture whatsoever. My nails were smooth to the touch, just crazy. This one was just so insanely beautiful in person. Next, we have Gravity Drive. Official description is a plum dark brown base with gold holographic micro glitters. On the US site, this one will be 9, and on the Australian site, it will be 11. So this one is kind of similar to another icon in that it's got that kind of really ultra glassy type of jelly feel on the brush strokes, but it does apply just like that one. Very opaque. For all three of the ones that you've seen so far, I'm going to say 2 coats max. So here on that first coat, just wonderful coverage overall. It does have such a really nice buttery feel on those brush strokes. So as usual, I'm giving my bottles a good shake before applying, and everything picked up wonderfully on this one as well. This one is insanely sparkly. I mean, if you like those blingy finishes, because I know I do, highly recommend this one as well. So the base color, definitely a plummy dark brown. It's almost got a bit of a burgundy feel to it. It's just really rich and vampy, and just, oh my gosh, those sparkles are amazing. So After top coating here, I had no texture either. Everything is just smooth and just absolutely wonderful. I mean, just on that full hand shot, like that's how sparkly I was seeing it in person. It's absolutely wonderful. So next we have Goddess of Rays. Official description is a bright golden orange to green to blue to purple multichrome. This one will be 12 in the US and international site and 14 in the Australian site. So this is another one that really just I just jaw dropped on this one. I took my hand out from my light box and I was just staring at the shift on my nails. This is insane, you guys. So in bright lights you'll see it as this golden kind of orange, almost mustardy kind of gold, and on just the slightest bit of shade, you'll see a very strong green shift in person. On very extreme angles, I also saw a little bit of blue peeking out. This is crazy shifty. Now, on opacity for this, I'm going to say between 2 and 3 coats, depending on how you apply. So on this one, I did take it up to 3 coats. I do want to note that on my layers here, as you're seeing, I am going in a little bit thin. So if I went in a little bit thicker, I'm confident that 2 coats and I would have been just fine. So just this was just wild to me, just so much fun. This color is amazing. So even though the shift to this one is on the warmer side, especially the golds and the mustards and the greens that you're going to see here mostly, I still felt like even on someone like myself who has a lot of warm tones to my skin, I still felt like it popped crazy on me. I mean, I really don't think that this full hand shot is giving you the best idea of just how shifty it is. I did catch a couple of the color rolls on my macro shots. I would go off of that for how shifty it is. Next up, we've got Limerick. Official description is a pale gray base with purple to gold shifting foil shimmer. This one will be 9 on the US site and 11 on the Australian site. So this was very interesting to me. So if you enjoy this brand's foils, I mean, Emily DeMolly, if you're looking for foil and that really nice shimmery shifty kind of effect, I would highly recommend this. So I haven't yet to really see this type of shade in this finish. So it's almost like a lilac-y kind of lavender thing going on. It's got a really nice pinky type of shift to it. So what I'm seeing here on the monitor, once again, I'm hoping it's coming across the same way as for you guys, depending on what screen you're using. I'm seeing here color accurate for the bright lights. So you'll see it like this, like I said, like a pale type of lavender. There is a gray base to it, but once you build it up, you can't really see it very well, but it's like a dusky type of pastel, very shifty finish overall. On opacity for this one, I'm going to say between 2 and 3 coats, depending on how you polish. Personally, I would go in with 3 thin coats to really build it up. It starts off a little subtle, but as you're seeing here, it's just beautiful. Just a really nice, dusky, shifty thing going on here. So mostly from that pale lavender to a pink. Next, we have my top pick in this set. This is Near and Far. Official description is a green to blue to purple to pink multichrome. This one will be 12 on the US and international site and 14 in the Australian shop. So this one, I'm going to recommend 3 coats for this. And as you're about to see, it just crazy pops. So this one does have a bit of a lighter formula than what we're used to with Emily DeMolly polishes, but totally worth it. Now, here in bright lights, you're seeing it mostly as this very pretty emerald. This is crazy shifty. I'm not gonna lie, I have, like, as soon as I swatched this, I actually showed it to a group of friends online and I was kind of like, you guys are not even going to believe this. This one is just so shifty. It goes from all types of colors. So like I said, mostly you'll see it green, like how you're seeing here in the bright lights, and then just on angles and extreme angles, you'll see it easily shift over to a very lovely purple, and on extreme angles, a gold will pop out as well. I'm also seeing a little bit of blue if you're in shaded lighting. Highly recommend picking this one up if you are a multi-chrome lover. Very, very nice. You don't need a black undie for it. It just really builds up on its own. So like I said, I would recommend going in with 3 thin coats on this one. Next, we've got One More Reason. Official description is a light turquoise green base with pink to gold to green aurora shimmer. This one will be 11 in the US and international site and 13 in the Australian site. This is another absolute beauty in my opinion. So I am seeing this as color accurate on my monitor. It's definitely a light turquoise. It does have a touch of a seafoam green undertone to it. So just go with that on this. I'm hoping that you guys are seeing this how I'm seeing it on my monitor, but let's just go with that. So the Aurora shimmer in this is very strong. You'll mostly see it as a nice pinky color, and on shift and in angles and in shaded lighting, you'll see that nice golden shift come out to play. Formula on this one is very nice, very medium feel, builds up super quick. For opacity, I'm going to say between 2 and 3 coats. I had full opacity on that second coat, and I really didn't feel like I needed to go any more for a third coat because it gave me that nice plump effect that I'm usually going for my swatch photos after the video. After top coat, I had no texture whatsoever, and overall just a really lovely flattering shade. I think it will look good on just about anybody. Here we have Phoenix Flight. Official description is a pink to gold to green magnetic microflake topper with iridescent blue flakes. Price for this one will be 11 in the US and international site and 13 in the Australian shop. So I kind of went a little extra with this one. Now it is a topper, so I just want to throw that out there. It is stunning as a topper, but normally when I see polishes like this that are supposed to be a topper, I do want to take it up and see what it looks like on its own. I personally like to take polishes like this to the next level, so this is my rendition of let's see what this bad boy can do. So here I actually had full opacity at 3 coats. I could just barely see a little bit of my nail line on just on the sides after the full effect, and I thought it looked absolutely gorgeous on its own. This one is insanely shifty as well. Those blue flakes really pop on the nail, and as you're seeing here on that third coat, I personally thought it looked just fine. So lots of versatility with this one. You can make any type of undie look amazing with this one in my opinion. The blue flakes are going to go into the background when you magnetize it, and the magnetic pigment just takes on a very, very strong shift between, in my opinion, pink and gold. On extreme angles, you'll see that green come out to play. Just insane. The particles themselves, after you magnetize it, they have tons of movement. So in a moment here, you'll see the full hand shot. It just moves all over the place on the nail. Very, very pretty. After top coating, wearing it on its own, I had no texture with it. Flakes behaved nicely. Everything laid down nice and flat for me. You can do a lot with this one. So definitely recommend if you are a magnetic polished lover. And the final polish for the March releases is right behind you. Official description is a dark green holographic with a subtle copper to green multichrome shimmer and silver holographic micro glitters. Price for this one in the US and international will be 11, and in the Australian shop it will be 13. So if you're familiar with this brand, which at this point I would hope you are because it's a stunning, stunning brand, the hollows that are produced are just very really in your face, and they're super buttery on application. So as you're seeing here, this is a damn near 1 coater. I go in with 2 coats usually on polishes like this just to really plump it out for my swatch photos, and I was good to go. So the formula on this one is insanely buttery, super rich, very satisfying on the brush strokes, and that shimmer is very strong here. This is a really nice, almost like a khaki kind of olive type of green. It's just right there on the fence for that. So the shimmer mostly comes off as copper, and on extreme angles you'll see it light up with green. Polishes like this, I usually like to get that nice green shift on my macro shots, but I felt like my shots were coming out a little too dark. So just take my word on it that there is a nice subtle shift in the shimmer here. The sparkles are all over the place and just very, very nice overall. So you'll get that nice linear rainbow effect as well as a larger particle sparkle as well. Now the March releases are releasing very soon. So in the Australian site, they will be releasing March the 27th, which is Wednesday, at 10 a.m. Australian time. And then in the US and international site on Tuesday, March 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'll link both sites below for you guys, as well as all of this broken down. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.